Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Cool Wall. Now, the rules for the Cool Wall are very simple. It does not matter how fast your car is, how good looking it is, how reliable it is, how well built it is. All that matters is what I think. This is not a democracy, this is a dictatorship. Now, for the first car up today, we have the Lamborghini Centenario. The Lamborghini Centenario. A lot of people don't like the way this car looks, and after watching the new Spider-Man movie, I think I understand why. Because when you look at Tom Holland, you see Spider-Man. Same way when you look at this, you see a Lamborghini. Because you can look at the badge, it says Lamborghini. Same way when Tom Holland has his suit on, it says Spider-Man. It has the logo and everything. But it just doesn't look right. When I think of a Lamborghini, I don't know, this just isn't what I think of. It just looks a little off of what it should be. Same way when I look at Tom Holland, I think, it's just a little off. Now, my Spider-Man will always be Tobey Maguire. So unfortunately, Tom Holland, you're uncool. Now, that car Spider-Man, this is a noble false widow that bit Spider-Man. The McLaren 765 LT. Basically, McLaren took a McLaren 720S, they went down to Los Santos Customs, and they had a money cheat. This thing is insane. I mean, it just looks like so perfect. I mean, I want one really bad. Now, if you buy this car, I don't think you'll start jumping from building to building, but you'll be just as high as them. Who knows? Maybe if Tom Holland got bit by this, he wouldn't be such a bitch. So this is a Grand Tour. Now the next car will be the Bentley Continental Gt. Now, sticking with the whole superhero trend that we had going on today, I think this car would be Clark Kent. Now let me explain, okay? Because Clark Kent is meant to pretend to be a normal person, just an everyday Joe. That's what you're supposed to see, okay? When you sit in this car, what you see is a Renaissance, okay? What you don't realize is that underneath, it's a supercar. Same thing with him, you don't realize underneath, he's a superhero. They're both very good at disguising what they are underneath with what they have on top. Now, admittedly, when you take this thing's skirt off, you will not find Superman. But let's be honest, if you're driving a Bentley, you don't want to take your skirt off. Which is why I think this car is uncool. I mean, Clark Kent's whole point is to look like a loser. Now, that is the end of the Cool Wall for today, but that is not the end of today's video. An update on my Subaru.
Last time I thought I had a blown head gasket because I had a bunch of white stuff in my radiator cap, but turns out it might have just been because of the cold weather. So I've been driving it a lot more and it's been running fine and everything looks to be okay. I mean, yes, my coolant thing did break, but the coolant level is fine. It's not going down, so I don't think it's leaking anywhere. And then moving on to the dipstick, the oil in the dipstick also looks fine, so nothing to worry about there. So at this point, I'm just gonna cross my fingers and pray to God that she keeps running. So that is the end of today's video, guys. Please like and subscribe, and peace.
Now just hear me out, okay? Just hear me out. So when you look at Tom Holland, you see Spider-Man. The same way when you look at this, you see a Lamborghini, okay? It has all the telltale signs of a Lamborghini, you know, Are there some flaws with that thinking? Maybe. But